So in beginning this program, the theme that we're going to be covering to start with is to ensure that you process this divorce or this breakup properly, or your next relationship could be a disaster. So a guy that I've studied for quite a while, his name is Scott Peck. He coined this phrase called cheap forgiveness. Okay? And he spoke of this concept of cheap forgiveness like it being a cut rate substitute, a quick and easy pardon with no processing of emotion and no coming to terms with the injury. Now what happens is some people go through a breakup or a divorce and they kind of hold onto their anger and they get really angry and bitter and twisted, and that changes them. And some people don't want to have those feelings, so they forgive really quickly and they just say, oh, I'm fine, I'm over it, I've moved on. So what happens is some people who are taking their time to heal, they become quite resigned, complacent. Sometimes they can become a little bit lazy, and they believe that the status quo is fine. Now, whether you believe the status quo is fine in not healing, or you've kind of said to yourself, oh, I forgive, I'm completely fine, I've moved on, and you're kind of telling yourself you've moved on and you haven't, either which case you fall into an experience called false healing. And false healing to me is really synonymous with that concept of cheap forgiveness. False healing is a cut rate substitute for true and real healing at a very deep level. Now, what's the difference? The difference is when you're doing false healing, there's no real processing of the emotions that you've experienced, and there's no coming to terms with a breakup or divorce. So I'm going to go through some of the impacts of false healing and how it can actually damage life as it is, and see if you can see if you've adopted any of these false healing concepts into your life.